And Matthew 13, verses 36 through 39, teaches the futility of Christ's kingdom. This is the argument. It's the parable of the wheat and tares. John Walvoord says regarding the tares, the parable does not support the postmillennial idea. Because you have this field, which is the world, according to Christ, and there are all these tares in it. Hoekema, a reformed amillennial scholar, says, quote, "The parable of the tares teaches that evil people will continue to exist alongside God's redeemed." And he's using that as an argument against postmillennialism, that we can't expect to reverse the trends. We're going to have to live in a world with all these tares round about us. Well, let me give you a several-fold response. And the first is, it is true that the parable of the tares does not overtly teach the triumph of the gospel. It is true that the parable of the tares does not overtly teach the triumph of the gospel, but it doesn't need to, because earlier parables in that same series have already taught that. The parable of the mustard seed and the parable of the leaven. They have already taught that the kingdom begins small and ends gigantic. Okay, so in the first place, we of course wouldn't use Matthew 13, 36 through 39 to argue for postmillennialism initially. I mean, we could say, well, that doesn't have to be an argument for postmillennialism. Now, I'm going to come back around and turn it on you in a minute. But secondly, postmillennialism does not teach, and this is a problem that people have with understanding it, postmillennialism does not teach universalism. Even in the definition I've given you, I've never said that each and every person in the entire world will be saved at the height of the kingdom. I have said that Christianity will prevail as the dominant influence in world affairs. Christianity will be the rule rather than the exception like it is today. But it will not be